What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Sid Chavla, and I'm so excited that you're here because all day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we talk about all things grooming, biohacking, and productivity because those are things I love and I know a lot about, and I just honestly could talk about all these things for hours. So here's the thing, testosterone. We all know it, we've heard of it, we know there's a lot of negatives and positives of having too much or too little. And what you might not know is I'm actually a certified neuroscience professional, certified and by the board of the British Psychological Society. So I do have a lot of education on this topic, and I'm someone who's really passionate about finding natural ways to increase our testosterone, because the more you do research, the more you dig into the dives of the numbers and all the negative associations with low T, it really starts to show why a lot of problems are happening in society today. Because you'll see this right now, but I'm going to talk about the 6 reasons why you may have low T, and 4 or 5 of them are some of the most common things you see on a day-to-day basis in modern day America. So low T is associated with, obviously, worse emotion, lower, lower happiness levels, lower strength levels, lower muscle levels, but also it's the hormone that makes hard work feel good. So it's really the driving force behind momentum and motivation and getting you out of bed energized and feeling refreshed every single day. There's a lot of other negative associations with low T, but you're not here because you want all the negative things about low T. You're here because you want to know the benefits of what you can do of getting higher T, increasing your testosterone levels naturally, and what are some things you're doing wrong right now that you may not even notice are contributing to lower testosterone levels. So sit back, relax, drink your protein shake or your favorite beverage, and let's get into the 6 reasons why you secretly may be reducing your testosterone levels without even realizing it. Let's get right into it. So number 1 is being overweight. Now this doesn't come as a surprise, right? Because people who are overweight generally have less muscle as well. But to put it in more neuroscience terms, imagine your body is this machine that produces a lot of testosterone. Now, every time your body produces a lot of testosterone, there's this little sneaky worker there who takes some of that testosterone for himself and converts it into estrogen. Thus, you have less testosterone overall because most of it's being converted to estrogen. Now, this little worker is a fat cell, and the more fat cells you have, they're constantly doing more of this. Because a fat cell has an enzyme called aromatase. And what aromatase does is it takes that testosterone and converts it into estrogen. So the more fat cells, the more of these mini workers you have in this machine of your body are constantly converting testosterone to estrogen, the lower your T levels are actually going to drop. So by reducing body fat, by doing cardio, by eating less, by making sure you're in a healthy body scenario where your fat is low enough to be a healthy human being, you're going to be giving yourself the best opportunity in order to increase your testosterone. There's going to be less of those little workers there in the machine who are trying to steal your good, precious testosterone. The second thing is drinking out of plastics. Now, let's stick with our analogy of the machine and the factory and all that, right? Let's say, once again, as testosterone is being produced in this machine of your body, there's not a worker, but a trickster. He's like a thief who's just by accident there trying to just mess things up. Now, this thief, what he does is he mimics estrogen. And by mimicking estrogen, your body's like, holy shit, bro, we got way too much estrogen in this body. So estrogen and testosterone have to be like in balance, right? That's your body's always trying to get to equilibrium. That's pretty much your body's job is. So it's saying, holy shit, there's a lot of these tricksters, these estrogens, these tricksters pretending to be estrogen. Since there's so much estrogen, holy shit, we got to slow down our production of testosterone. We want to always be in equilibrium. I don't know how the hell this happened, but there's too much testosterone. So let's slowly ramp down our testosterone production. And that's pretty much what happens. You start drinking out of plastics, because plastics have these two product minerals which are called phthalates, I think that's how it's pronounced, and then BPA. These 2 ingredients are, when they go into your body, are pretending to be estrogen. They mimic the idea of estrogen to your body, which forces your body to produce less testosterone indirectly because of this consequence. So I always make sure, even if it's food, I use glass. If it's a water bottle, it's glass or steel or some other thing. Plastics in a pinch are okay. Everything in a pinch is okay, but try to stay away from plastics as much as possible if you're concerned about optimizing your testosterone level. The third thing that is probably reducing your testosterone levels is drinking and smoking. Now, once again, this isn't a surprise. We know drinking and smoking have no positive benefits in your life, right? You know, every time you drink, every time you smoke, it's not helping you improve in some way. You can say it's helping you reduce stress, but it's not really doing that. It's putting a band-aid to a temporary problem and actually crashing your natural ability to handle stress, because as soon as you stop drinking, you have stress again and you don't know how to deal with it naturally. But when it comes to a nutritional benefit, alcohol has 0 benefits nutritionally, right? So you can also expect it to be the reason why it plays a big role in reducing your testosterone. So let's go back to that example of that your machine's a body and there's workers in this machine and they all help contribute to producing the most testosterone possible. Your liver is one of the workers in this machine. It helps with the production of testosterone. Now, when you drink alcohol, alcohol is also used by the liver to clean it. It helps take out this poison necessarily from your body so it can properly get rid of it. What happens is that when you drink alcohol, your liver is like, yo, screw everything else. Stop doing anything else. We need to get rid of this poison immediately. It's like the kitchen's on fire, bro. Stop producing testosterone. Stop producing everything. Let's get rid of this first. So your liver is so concentrated and focused on getting rid of this alcohol that it doesn't help in production of testosterone. So it reduces the production itself of testosterone because it's so focused on this alcohol problem. And what nicotine and smoking does is the same thing as well. It takes all the parts of this factory and messes up the signaling. It starts triggering small things in a weird way. And let's say it reduces the lubrication of the machine in some way. So it really just makes all the things in the machine components work slowly and more confused, thus making the workers not work in alignment. And in a concoction of combustion of drinking and smoking, it really just wreaks havoc on your entire system for testosterone production. So yeah, I mean, once again, no one does it for a benefit. So I know you're probably doing it just for fun. And in moderation, everything's okay. But just know that if you're overdoing it or you're doing it constantly on a daily basis, you're definitely reducing your abilities to produce testosterone naturally, for sure. I mean, there's no way around it. There's no way that I can drink less. No. Alcohol definitely directly does this, and there's so many research papers doing that. So make sure you drink lightly, but also just realize that it's just realize it's definitely not helping you in any way. Number 4 is getting poor sleep. Now, poor sleep is foundational to every single health process in your body. If you're trying to optimize, live the healthiest, wealthiest, best life of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically, sleep is absolutely crucial and important. You know this, I know this, everyone knows this. Sleep 5 hours for 3 days in a row and you know your body's begging you for you to sleep more, right? But when it comes to testosterone particularly, sleep is the most crucial of aspects in getting better production of testosterone. If you go back to this, once again, this analogy we've been using about the workers, these workers are doing actually a night shift. That's when your testosterone is primarily made, during the night when your body's resting, sleeping, and in particular during the deep sleep phase, your body's producing a lot of testosterone. Now, if you're not getting enough deep sleep, if you're waking up constantly in the middle of the night, this is messing up the little workers who are constantly having to start and stop because your body only barely produces testosterone while you're sleeping. So since these little workers are starting and stopping, turning on the lights and on and off metaphorically within this machine, this factory of building testosterone, your body's not able to produce as much testosterone as it can consistently. So getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, making sure you're taking proper supplements. And if you want to know where to start and how to get better sleep, I actually have a video, I'll link it up here, of this 5 supplements that I take that help my sleep tremendously. But find ways to help you relax, have an evening routine, make sure you're getting enough sleep, give yourself enough sleep opportunities so you're not just rushing to bed and have to sleep and wake up in 5-6 hours. Once again, I know things come up and it's not realistic to get a perfect amount of sleep every single day, but make it a non-negotiable for yourself, because not just for testosterone, but for other areas of life, especially your mental health, getting enough sleep is vitally important for you and your health. Number 5 is not eating enough fats in your diet. Now, contrary to popular belief, fats do not contribute to you being fat, overweight. Sure, anything in abundance can make you overweight, but fats have a very vital role to play in your body. And that is, first of all, your brain contributes a lot to fats. Fats is what your brain really thrives on. But 2, testosterone, because testosterone is primarily made up of fats and cholesterol. If you see in this factory that we've been talking about, the fuel that it runs on is fat. That's the oil that's really grinding the gears and making everything work. Now, if you're not getting enough fats in your diet from healthy nuts, avocados, oils, or whatever your fat source is, then your body's not getting enough fuel in order to produce testosterone in the first place. You're quite literally depriving yourself of your body's ability to make testosterone. Everything else kind of comes second, because if you don't have the resources and fuel it needs, how's it going to do what it needs to do in the first place? So try incorporating more fats into your diet. Don't be scared of fats. Don't be scared of including fats into your diet. This is something that's really important for your brain health, your gut health, and importantly also for your testosterone health and producing testosterone in the most efficacious way possible. So find ways to incorporate fats into your diet, and also just just don't be scared of them. Really, I'm telling you, man, this was such a big aha moment for me. I was so scared of being overweight when I was trying to lose weight. I was cutting out all the fats. I was on a high protein only diet, but fats are vital to your being and vital to who you are. Everything in moderation is important. Don't go overboard in anything, but don't be scared and cut fats out completely. This is the building blocks of your entire testosterone machinery that we've been talking about this whole entire time. So the 6th reason you're probably lowering your testosterone levels without even realizing it is is having a lot of stress. Stress is the silent killer. We've all heard that by numerous other associations of articles and researches, but specifically in terms of testosterone, imagine this factory we've been talking about has a manager, and the manager has another factory it manages. There's one manager for two factories, the factory of testosterone production and then the factory of stress control and response. Now, your manager can only work on one factory at a time. As soon as you start having a lot of stress, your body produces a hormone called cortisol, and cortisol helps you manage stress. But it's also the reason why your manager's focusing on cortisol, it can work on testosterone. There is an inverse relationship between cortisol and testosterone. When you have higher testosterone, you have lower testosterone. When you have higher cortisol, you have lower testosterone, sorry. And when you have higher testosterone, you have lower cortisol. It's just how it works. It's why when you wake up in the morning, I also never get my testosterone level tested the first thing in the morning because that's when cortisol is the highest. You want to get your testosterone levels checked a few hours after waking when your cortisol level is slowly reduced. When you drink coffee a lot, when you drink caffeine, anything that reduces and spikes your stress levels, increase your cortisol levels, you're also reducing your testosterone levels because that manager can only work on one at a time. It can't do both at the same time. It can't produce both at the same time. Now find ways to handle stress appropriately. You can meditate, you can try journaling, you can try therapy. There's so many other things out there to handle stress naturally and in a better way. And if you guys want a video on how I handle stress in a natural way and my tools and techniques for handling stress in a strategic way, I'd love to do that video. Just let me know in the comments below if that's what you want to see. But stress is such an important factor, not just for testosterone health, but once again, in all other areas of your health. But in particularly stress, that cortisol, which is very important. Let's not, once again, we're not shaming cortisol. This is a place of vital factor in your life. But testosterone goes up. Cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Damn, I keep getting that shit confused. But you know what I'm saying, right? Testosterone goes down, cortisol goes up. It's just inversely related. So be careful when you notice you're getting a lot of stress. Relax, take a break, go on walks, find ways to naturally relieve stress in a way that helps you cope with it without having to rely on other substances or anything like that, because your body's ability to handle stress naturally is such an important skill that everyone needs to cultivate. Yeah, so those are the 6 everyday things that you're probably doing that you don't realize it that are contributing to lower testosterone levels. I recommend getting your blood tested as frequently as possible. I get my blood tested twice a year at minimum, and always try to include testosterone. A lot of doctors and primary physicians, they don't include testosterone on the list because, I don't know, they just don't. So you want to request specifically, be like, hey, I also love to get my testosterone levels tested, including why not get tested vitamin D and other things that they don't test for, right? But testosterone is something they don't really add, so make sure you add it, but get it tested, see where you're at, and then almost make it a game with yourself, how you can increase it or optimize it in all these natural ways. Now, there's a lot of other ways, such as exercising, such as getting sunlight in your eyes. There's so many other ways to increase your testosterone. These are the big 6 killers, I would say, that you're not realizing. Overall, just remember, life's more about enjoyment. Everything in moderation is fine. As long as you're contributing and trying to work slowly, doing micro daily wins to win your goals, then that's all you need. You don't need to make any drastic changes. You don't need to change everything in your life. Testosterone and improving testosterone has changed my life significantly because, once again, it's made hard work feel good. I always thought I was lazy. I always thought I was someone who didn't like hard work, someone who wasn't ambitious or goal driven, but has realized I had low testosterone, and I've been working over the last few years and increasing my testosterone. There's other supplements I take, which I can get into as well, because I'm obviously a biohacker. I love this shit, right? So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know in the comments below what are some of the actionable steps you're going to take so you hold yourself accountable by letting the community know what you're going to do every single day in order to increase your testosterone levels or optimize your life. Hit the like button because it helps YouTube algorithm and helps me get these videos out that I put so much time, effort, and research into to the public. And follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Sid Chavla, where I post daily content for less than 30 seconds of just a bunch of info dump and value every single day. Appreciate you all. See you all in the next one, and take care and good luck improving your testosterone. Until then, I'm here if you have any questions, and I'll answer them all in the comments.